Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. This is Pradeep and you're watching Vlog of Note. So here's a question for you. Would you rather have a tablet that does computer-like things like the iPad Pro, or would you have a computer that does tablet-like things like the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook? Let's get started. Let's set the context for this entire video first. The Samsung Galaxy Chromebook is one of those high-end Chromebooks that was unveiled at CES 2020. A lot of the YouTubers who saw this were completely in awe of this device. It's beautifully built for a Chromebook. But I think the one thing that they've all got wrong is the fact that they're trying to compare this to other Chromebooks on the market, and well, all Chromebooks are trash right now. They should rather compare it to another device that's supposed to be a tablet but wants to be a computer, the iPad Pro 2018 edition 12.9 inches. In this video, I thought we'd do a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook and the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. So please keep in mind that the Galaxy Chromebook is not out yet, so a lot of what I'm saying is conjecture. But if a recent rumor from About Chromebook is to be believed, the Galaxy Chromebook is supposed to launch on April 6th and it's supposed to be available for $1,000, which is a pretty good price. The iPad Pro was launched in 2018 and it was a really good device for that particular time. It had a 12.9 inch Pro Motion display, 120Hz. Unfortunately, this was LCD. It had a USB-C port, and I mean that literally, it had only one USB-C port. I don't know how Apple could call this a Pro device and give it one port. It had no headphone jack. I understand Apple removing the headphone jack on the iPhone because they wanted to save place, but why did they remove it on a Pro device when they had all that real estate available to them? Anyway, it had 10 hours of battery life, and a lot of people liked it because it shipped with iOS, but then later Apple updated it to iPadOS. In my opinion, iPadOS is still a bad computing platform. It had the Apple A12X chip. It is a really amazing piece of silicon. I will link to the Geekbench in the description below right next to that like button. Even to this day, Apple's A12X chip is faster than a lot of Intel chips currently on the market. Now, even though Apple called this a Pro device, it did not ship with an Apple Pencil or a smart keyboard. You had to buy those separately in order to make your tablet into a Pro computing device. Whatever, Apple. Anyway, when you come over to the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook, it has a 13.3 inch 4K, so really sharp, much sharper than the iPad Pro, AMOLED display, and it has really small bezels. If you look at this thing, it's flat out gorgeous. Now, when it comes to ports, it has two USB-C ports. That's generous of you, Samsung. It also has a headphone jack. Thanks a lot. Also, it has a memory card reader / UFS port for expandable storage. And by the way, this thing ships with 128GB storage base version, Apple. When it comes to the processor, it has an Intel Core i5 10th generation U series processor, which I will link to the Geekbench in the description, is roundabout as fast as the Apple A12X. Just to give you a sense of how far ahead of the curve Apple was. It runs ChromeOS plus tablet gestures plus Android apps well or not well, so take that as you will. It will launch on April 6th, as I just said. It ships with the keyboard because the keyboard is attached to it. You can fold it back like a tent, and it has an S Pen. As you know, Samsung is pretty good with an S Pen, and I have no doubt that this will be a good addition to your tablet PC. Now, when it comes to the comparison between the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook and the iPad Pro, here are 3 points. The first one is in terms of display. Now, the 13.3 inch Super AMOLED display is not a 120Hz display on the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. But if it was a toss-up between a 60Hz Super AMOLED 4K display versus a 120Hz Retina Pro Motion display but LCD, I would pick the OLED display every single time. The Samsung Galaxy Chromebook's 13.3 inch AMOLED display is going to be the best display you can get on any laptop or tablet, period. Second major advantage that the Galaxy Chromebook has over the iPad Pro is obviously the extensibility. When I think of a computer, I think of things that I can connect to that computer. The Galaxy Chromebook has two USB-C ports, a memory card reader, and a headphone jack. The iPad Pro has a USB-C port, end of story. Anyway, Apple should have done better on the extensibility front. Given the fact that their base storage is 64GB, never ever buy any Apple product with 64GB gigabytes of storage. The third major advantage that the Galaxy Chromebook has over the iPad Pro is in terms of value. The iPad Pro 12.9-inch 256GB Wi-Fi version ships for $1,149. That's not even taking into account the cost of the Apple Pencil and the Apple Smart Keyboard, which will easily run you into the $1,400 price mark. When you come to the Galaxy Chromebook, it has the keyboard and it has the S Pen, and it ships for $1,000. That's for 128GB expandable storage with 8GB of RAM. Two quick things before I close out. One, on the Windows side, I know a lot of you want me to talk about the Surface Pro 7. It is a really great machine, but it sucks as a tablet. I don't know, Microsoft hasn't figured out tablet use as of now, so you cannot kick back on the couch and have your Surface Pro 7 and consume content. It was just not designed for that. Second thing, the Galaxy Chromebook runs ChromeOS, so take that as you will. It has the Android app support, but they are kind of janky at best. They were simply not designed for a mouse and keyboard based input. So in conclusion, I think that the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook 2020 is a really good device for anyone trying to buy a mobile computing device which they can also use as a tablet. Get it over the iPad Pro 12.9, get it over the Surface Pro 7, and get it over Samsung Galaxy Tab S7. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook in the comment section down below. As always, please go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Vlog of Note channel. Ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next week's episode.